Hi guys, with me is Lucy, and today we'll be talking about the cosmetic management and what brings her to the Humber.
Hi guys.
Yes, Lucy, what do you think? Why did you choose Humber?
Why did I choose Humber? I guess I was in another program at Humber and I just really liked the school, just being in it, like all the resources that you had. And after I kind of got familiar with the campus, so I was like, okay, I want to I don't want to move to another school and start all over. But it was just I don't know, I heard really good things about Humber in general, and so I'm like, and the program is more about it has the cosmetic side and also the business side, which I feel like a lot of cosmetic programs that, one of my friends took a program, I think it was at Sheridan, and that one's more about the cosmetic side and less about the business side. But I do think there were that's why she joined Humber, because she didn't have that business side that she was missing. So I was like, okay, I think I picked the right course.
That's good. Like, what passion did you had for the cosmetic management? Why did you made your career in cosmetic management?
I'd have to say I joined because I was in another program at Humber, and it was fitness and health promotion.
Mhm.
And I was like, I'm not enjoying this because it was I wasn't passionate about it. I was passionate about doing the fitness side of it, but after that I was kind of like, okay, I don't like the science part. I wasn't enjoying it, and I was always watching makeup videos. So that was a thing, and I was like, okay, everyone kept telling me why don't you do something with makeup? Why don't you do something with makeup? And I'm like, okay. So I dropped my other program and I was like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna do this makeup program. And I applied in August, which was really late. And I think that was the best decision I made because I actually like what I'm doing. Like all the programs, I'm excited for it. Like there is that aspect that you have to work hard. It's like, okay, there's something I have to do, but I don't really want to do it, which makes perfect sense because it's like every course there's going to be something that you're going to be like, oh, great, there's so much work. But in the end, you really just enjoy everything you're doing.
So wait, you said it. You got an admission in August. You applied for September, fall, and you August. That was pretty
Yeah.
lucky though. You're getting so
I,
soon.
th- I think it was either maybe July or August, but it was really late in the summer. And I was so nervous. I was like, I'm not going to get accepted. And after when I got accepted, I was like, yes. But obviously, I had to have weird class times because everything was taken already because everyone applied already. So I was like, okay. But you know what? My first year, I was like, it was a really great experience. And I was like, I knew I was doing the right thing because inside, the difference between my other program and this one, you could feel inside, when there's something wrong, you know that you don't want to be there. And after when you're in the right program, you're like, oh, there's no questioning it. You just know.
That's true. I also had the same feeling when I joined graphic designing. It was
Oh.
it was lit. So how was the experience towards Humber? Do you like the vibe and everything?
My experience at Humber, I really like it. Just the people and everything that you meet, even outside of the program. I met during your electives. I know you have some elective in your first semester, for cosmetic management, and after then you have some in third and fourth. So you do get to meet people outside of your program, and you just get to build connections in different ways, with people in your industry and also people outside of your industry, which is really just a great experience because you're meeting all these people that are also getting their lives together. So I'm like, oh, that's so cool. You're gonna meet people in the photography course, doing nursing, and I'm like you just get to know all these different kind of people and how they're dealing with college life, you know?
Yeah. Do you want to describe about the cosmetic management semesters, how long it was and how many semester it was?
So cosmetic management is 4 semesters. I'm in my third semester right now, so I'm almost there. And um, the first semester, there is theory where you're gonna learn history of fashion, just because you're gonna have to know like makeup and fashion go together hand in hand. So you have to know like what does makeup of the decades look like? What is the fashion? So that comes in handy. And after in second semester, you also get to do facials. So you get to learn the skincare kind of side of it, which you also like do theory in the first semester. So that helps you when you do the physical like facials, like you're actually being hands-on. So there's that theory aspect, but you do always get like something a little bit more to like learn, where it's not just like, oh, I have to learn so much theory. It's like they incorporate hands-on stuff. So you're like, everything that you're learning comes in handy like along the way, which is like a great experience, because you're like you start to see everything come together, and you're like, oh, that like this comes together with this and this, and you're like, okay.
So you meant facial on a real model or just a dummy or something? Do you want to describe more how was the assignment and everything?
Okay, for facials, like we're in like an actual like facial like class. You're in the Humber spa, and they're gonna teach you how to do like what did we learn? We first learned how to like cleanse the skin, like do the scrubs and masks and extractions. Like the last part of the semester was online, which you didn't really get to like physically do it, which I kind of feel sad about, because like I got to miss out on that, which other students like previous year got to probably learn how to do extractions and like put on the masks on the clients. So like I only know the first step of physically doing it, but like I learned the parts like just like the steps on how it would go. But the semester is a lot kind of different than it's probably going to be for future students, that's for sure. So like I just like take that in mind, like because ours is like partially online at this point, or actually all of it's online now because we're in stage 2, so that's not
But
fun.
Humba is waiting for a response to get in campus, if I'm not wrong.
Pardon?
Like Humber is waiting for a response to get in campus. I think so. They are planning something for in campus. I'm not sure about it, but I think so. They should get it by next year.
Yeah, I know like part of the semester is gonna be like in like school, which I don't know how that's gonna go if like the world just keeps getting worse. I just hope not, because I'm ready to see people like you enjoy that college experience, and online really kind of takes away from that, and it's more you having to put yourself together and like making sure that you know when your assignments are due, because there's no one going to be reminding you about that, because like maybe your teachers are going to mention it here and there, but like if you don't have it down, like your friend's not going to remind you because she's like somewhere else, and you don't even like can't really see your friend. So it's like, oh, like did you finish that assignment? It's like, oh no, like I didn't. And like you don't have that, so you have to be very on top of everything, like if you plan to be doing it online. So I really miss that like in-person experience, because it's a lot more fun and educating and less like just reading a book, yeah, I guess, and reading like off a computer.
Do you want to share one more part of your assignment? Like, do you think that
um
was crazy enough?
do you
You enjoyed doing that assignment, and it was a difficult task.
um I have a couple that I've enjoyed so far. I'd have to say one of them was color theory class, where your last project was you have to make basically like a book of like different type of collages and of like fashion and makeup, and you're learning like how like colors work and everything. But it was mostly like a great kind of like design. If you're very much a visual person, you love just being creative, that was a really fun experience, and I felt like it wasn't any work at all. And also there was another part to it where it was like you're creating your own cosmetic line, and how it's going to be, and it's based off I think a place, and ours was Miami, and it was like such a fun experience because I was like so into it, especially if you want to create like a cosmetic brand. It's kind of like, oh, let me see like how like if I had an opportunity to do this, how it would be. So that was a fun experience. Um, Another one would have to be with Antonetta. She's the program coordinator. She's the sweetest lady you will ever meet. Like a hands-on, like you have to at least have her for like one class in your like semester in your year at Humber, and like your 2 years at Humber, because she makes the program so much more fun. Like when I was in her product and I think it was product knowledge and fragrance class, I got switched into her class because our teacher, like, I don't know what happened, it got canceled. So we had to switch into another class. And Antoinetta, she gave us that like opportunity to make our own fragrances with essential oils. And I felt like I really learned from her because it wasn't about like, hey, like here's 1,000 things you need to learn about the skin, about like fragrances, but it's more like I'm going to teach you in a way that's going to like you're actually going to remember this stuff, and it's not just like piles and piles of work. So she's a great like professor. Another class would have to be, I think, ethics and sustainability class. I think that's the name. It was in semester 2. And that class was about just learning about the environment and how like companies market everything. And it kind of opens your eyes of like how basically like a company that doesn't care about like their impact on the world, and which companies do. And we'd have guest speakers come in, like we had one guest speaker from Lush tell us how like everything started, which was a great like eye-opener because I learned so much just by her coming in. We also had someone from Mac come in to like talk about like her like position in her field. So you get to meet a lot of people in the industry, like I think every semester, and you get to learn just so many different things. What else have I done? Oh, there right now I'm in our creative suit application class, which I was so confused what that was. But after I realized it was like Photoshop and everything, so I'm learning how to like do Photoshop. So like you learn kind of everything part of what you would need to kind of succeed. You learned like how to pay for like your retail store and how that money wise, how would that work. You learn about fragrances, you learn about skin, you learn about editing and soft and like just fixing your photos up. You learn about makeup application, which now like I'm in my 3rd semester. So right now we're doing, what have we done so far? We're doing editorial, we've done video vixen, catalog, and I know we're supposed to have a photo shoot for the end of the semester where we have like people from the photography program come in and like take pictures of our work. But like because of COVID, I don't even know if that's gonna happen, which if anyone gets to do this program, like I'm really jealous that you're gonna get to do this, and I don't know if we're gonna get to do it, but there is so much opportunity to like build your portfolio. And even like after graduation, like there's I think, what is it called, a program you could take for Dermalogica, and it's for 6 months. It's like, sorry, hold
Wait,
on, give me 1 second. Sorry.
no.
I don't know where I was. What was I talking about again?
Yeah, dermalogy, 6 months program.
Okay, I know that Antoinetta told us about that there's a program with Dermalogica that we can do after we graduate where we could get like certified, and it's free after you graduate for only 6 months. So I don't know if that's just for like now or if that's going to change. It might, but like that is like a great thing that you could have on top of graduating. Is like you get access getting a certification for like to learn about, I think, Dermalogica's products and also skincare. So you'll get to put that under your resume, and after you have all these photos of like also photo shoots you've done in the program from like 3rd semester and probably even maybe 4th, and your last semester you get a co-op experience. So really like try to get something that you really want to do, because that might be a way that you could get into something you really enjoy doing and don't be like shy about doing it, because like the more you say like, oh, I can't do this, like you're not going to know. Like the more you give yourself the chance, like even if you mess up, like just try, because you never know what could happen. And I didn't think I would be here at this point, and just keep pushing yourself, like no matter like what you're trying to achieve, like give something a try, and if you fail, at least you know, and try again.
Yes, that was a wonderful content though. Thanks for sharing all this information. So when you graduate this course, you will be a complete package of understanding each and everything related to cosmetic management, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, like you learn the business side, you learn how to apply makeup, special effects, weddings, you learn about like photos and how to edit your own photos. And what else? You learn about skin, fragrances. So this really comes in handy, especially if you're trying to get a job like right away in like the industry. Like right now, I just got my first cosmetic job back in, I think, March. Yeah, March.
Congratulations.
Yeah. And the thing that made them want, I feel, to interview me was just because I was in Humber's like program. Because if I didn't have that, I wouldn't have a way to get in. So even if you think, oh, I know how to do makeup, it's not just makeup. You have to know like the business side and all this other things that you learn, and that will also help you kind of be like, oh, this person's taking a course, which will help you kind of get into the field a little bit. When I didn't have experience, no one would even give me an interview, and now I have that opportunity, and I'm like, okay, I have one step into the door. Even though it's like just starting out, I have a step into the door.
Yes, that's true. Do you want to share anything regarding the Toronto market, regarding the cosmetic management or cosmetic field?
Repeat that again.
Do you want to share anything regarding the cosmetic field in Toronto, like a job opportunities or how to build your career, how to go through that path, something similar?
um I know that like I just like got my job, and I work for Shoppers as a cosmetician. So like that's one way. And also I know some people like work at Sephora, and I feel like their retail is going to be probably your first step into like cosmetics, just because, or even salons, because I feel like that's just starting out. And after, as you're in the program, you start to see more opportunities, like you start to meet people in the industry, and just ask those people questions. And even if you don't know what to say, like kind of like just try to get in contact with them, or don't forget them, and like be like, oh, I remember you did like a presentation in our class, and like reach out to them, because they might be your co-op that might get you a job in your field that you like want to like do, but you haven't had the opportunity. So never close your doors when you meet someone in your industry. Even our professors, like one of the teachers that I had for my cosmetic application class, her name's Anya, and she's in the field, and she goes to New York to do shoots, and she goes to LA, and she's done Fashion Week, and like she's done like makeup for Maybelline for their shoots and stuff. And like I just see her on her Instagram, and I just see like, wow, like I have a teacher that's in this field, and I think she's signed with an agency. So if you specifically want to get into like doing makeup on people, try to get an agency, but you'll need like good photos, and just like just try your best, because the world, it's competitive. But if you try, like practice and practice and practice, because no matter like how good you think you are, there's always going to be someone better. But you have to always constantly learn. And if you say, oh, I'm good enough how you are, you're going to realize that there's going to be someone else that's going to beat you at that job, because you were too cocky about it. So always never say like, oh, I've learned everything I need to know. No, like you keep learning, because makeup changes, trends change, fashion is always changing. And just like how fashion is kind of becoming is like fast fashion at this point, where it's like just so much clothes is changing and what's in trend, so is makeup at this point. Because Like you just see companies coming out with products and products like ColourPop. They're coming out with a new like set or a new like what is it called? A line of makeup every week, and it's kind of like wow, like once you buy one new thing, it's like it's already something new that's out. So whatever you have is already old. So just keeping up with what's going on and always constantly learning about what's going on, that's going to help you a lot in like achieving and getting into the market, is like educating yourself.
Yes, I think I got really good content regarding cosmetic management. So for prospective students who want to take this course should have clear idea now after watching this video. What do you think?
I really hope so. Like, I wish I kind of knew some of this because I feel like any person, when you're about to spend your money and do a program, you never know what you're gonna go into, because especially like with my last program, I thought, oh, I thought I was doing one thing, but really it was something completely different of what I thought, and that like it can make all the difference just knowing how someone's experience was, and just seeing, okay, does this sound like something I want to do? Even if you feel like, oh, like this sounds like it's really hard, like I can't do it, we're all starting from the bottom. So like give yourself a chance, like even if you know like nothing about makeup, but you want to go into like skincare. I know one girl, she wanted to go into skincare, and she's like, oh, how do I do this on a person? And I'm like, okay, let me teach you. Like your professors are there to teach you, they're there to educate you. Like even if you know nothing like of how to do a specific look, your teachers are doing demos every time we're about to start a new look. So always try to absorb that information, and like you're gonna do good. Just try your best, you can do this.
Yes, that's the motto of my channel, to get a clear understanding about the program. By the way, shout out to the Lucy. She check her skills. I'll add the Instagram ID on my description so you can check her skills, how she is good at it, and she's nailing it.
Thanks guys, and don't forget to subscribe and like this video to see more content.
Yes. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.